writing, scrolls, and instruments. More than 5,000 years ago, the Sumerians developed a writing system. The ancient city of Sumer was located in southern Mesopotamia, now part of modern-day Iraq. The Sumerians used a pointed reed to make impressions on soft clay. Writing systems use written symbols called scripts. This script is called cuneiform. Sometimes a script was chiseled into stone surfaces or stamped in metal plates or foil. The Egyptians developed another system of writing called hieroglyphics. It was based on small pictures representing objects or groups of sounds. A new, easier writing system was created by the people of Phoenicia in Canaan around the middle of the 2nd millennium BC. A separate sign or letter was designed for each consonant sound. This became the first alphabet. Using separate symbols for each sound was a great advancement over using pictures. This advancement was gradually adopted by many different cultures in their writing systems. Two main materials were used for written documents: paper and parchment. Paper was made from the papyrus plant, which was harvested in the Nile Delta of Egypt. The raw material was taken from tall papyrus plants. Then the green outer covering was removed. The inner pith was sliced into thin strips and rolled flat. A sheet of papyrus was made by arranging the strips in horizontal and vertical layers. It was then dried between sheets of felt in a press. Very old papyrus fragments, including some Old Testament texts, were found among the Dead Sea Scrolls in the Qumran caves in the Judean desert of Israel. More than 100 papyrus fragments of very old New Testament copies have also survived. Some of them can be dated as early as the 2nd century AD. The word Bible comes from the name of the Phoenician port city of Byblos, which was famous for the export of papyrus. Parchment, another kind of writing material, was made from animal skin. The skins were prepared by removing the hair and stretching the skin until it became thin. The skins were then smoothed with lime, making it very pliable and durable. A scroll was a long strip of sheets of papyrus or parchment sewn together. When unrolled, a scroll could often be as long as 10 meters. Parchment scrolls were stronger and lasted longer than papyrus. The Dead Sea Scrolls included many examples of writing on parchment. One scroll, found in the Qumran caves, contained the complete book of Isaiah, dating from around 100 BC. The ends of a scroll were usually wound around wooden rollers at one or both ends. Usually, scribes wrote on only one side of a scroll. A pen made from a reed was used to write on the scroll. The end of the pen was trimmed and split to hold ink. The pen was dipped in water and rubbed on a block of dried ink. The scribe then wrote a few symbols on the scroll before repeating the process. The Apostle Paul's letters were written on scrolls. When a letter or document was sent to someone, it would be tied and sealed with a clay or melted wax seal. The sender of the letter would use a ring or other tool to make an impression in the soft seal. This seal identified the sender and proved to the receiver that the letter had not been opened. When the seal hardened, the letter was carried by messenger. The seal was broken before the document was read. Small amounts of non-permanent text could be written on a flat tablet, normally made of wood. The tablet was coated on one side with a thin layer of wax, and a pointed stick or stylus was used to make marks and letters in the wax. After use, the tablet could be smoothed out and used over. Other tablets were made of clay, metal, or stone. Words were scratched on the surface with a hard, pointed object. Between 100 and 300 AD, scrolls were gradually replaced by bound books with individual pages. When the Old and New Testaments refer to books, these would have been scrolls, not bound books.